The way you see yourself determines everything. The way you walk into a room, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak. People are watching. People are feeling your energy before you even open your mouth. And if you don't respect yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect anybody else to? See, life doesn't give you what you want. Life gives you what you demand, what you command, what you insist upon. If you walk around unsure, hesitant, second-guessing yourself, the world will respond accordingly. You'll be overlooked, dismissed, talked down to, because you've already sent the message that you don't think you deserve more. That's how the world works. But when you move like you belong, when you carry yourself like you are worthy of respect, suddenly, people have no choice but to treat you accordingly. You ever notice how the most respected people in the room don't even have to speak loudly? They don't have to beg for attention. They don't have to prove anything. Their presence alone commands respect. And that comes from within. That comes from years of knowing who they are, years of standing firm in their value, years of never allowing anyone to shake their confidence. That's what self-perception does. It creates a force field around you. It sets the tone before you even say a word. You've got to train yourself to see yourself differently. That means watching how you speak to yourself when nobody's watching. Are you the kind of person who talks down to yourself? Do you doubt yourself before you even try? Because if you do, understand this. The world will mirror that right back to you. People will treat you the way you treat yourself. If you carry yourself like you're small, like you don't matter, like you're just grateful to be in the room, they'll treat you exactly like that. But if you walk in with purpose, if you know you belong, then nobody can shake that. Some people walk through life apologizing for their existence. They shrink themselves to make others comfortable. They lower their voice because they don't want to seem too bold. They hesitate before they speak because they don't want to say the wrong thing. But that hesitation, that doubt, that insecurity, it's what allows disrespect to creep in. The moment someone senses that you're unsure of yourself, they take liberties. They interrupt you. They dismiss your ideas. They ignore your presence. And the worst part, you let them. But there is another way. And it starts with a decision to carry yourself differently, a decision to stop accepting anything less than the respect you deserve, a decision to own your space, own your voice, own your presence. When you walk into a room, walk like you belong there. When you speak, speak with clarity, with certainty. When you carry yourself like you are royalty, like you have something to offer that nobody else does. Because the truth is, you do. This is not about arrogance. This is not about looking down on anyone else. This is about knowing your worth so deeply that nobody can convince you otherwise. When you truly respect yourself, when you truly believe in yourself, you won't have to demand respect. It will be given to you automatically. People will sense it. They will feel it. And they will treat you accordingly. So ask yourself, how do you see yourself? Because however you see yourself, that's exactly how the world is going to see you too. Disrespect happens the moment you allow it. The moment you let something slide, the moment you brush it off, the moment you say it's not a big deal, you've already lost. Because what you permit, you promote. What you tolerate, you invite. And make no mistake, people are watching. They are testing. They are looking to see how much they can get away with. Now let's be clear, this isn't about reacting with emotion. It's not about losing your temper, raising your voice, or trying to overpower someone. That's not strength. That's weakness disguised as strength. Real power, real authority, that comes from control. That comes from knowing exactly who you are and never letting anyone shake that. You see, the moment someone disrespects you, that's the moment they've drawn a line in the sand. And you've got two choices. You can step back and let it happen, or you can step forward and make it clear, that won't fly with me. Not tomorrow, not next week, not ever. And the way you handle that moment, the way you respond, that will set the tone for how people treat you moving forward. If you ignore it, if you laugh it off, if you tell yourself it's not worth it, you have sent a silent message that it's okay, that they can do it again, that there are no consequences. And if you allow it once, it will happen again, and again, and again, until one day you wake up wondering why people don't respect you. The answer? Because you never demanded it. Now, this doesn't mean you have to meet disrespect with disrespect. No, no, no. A king doesn't lower himself to argue with fools. A queen doesn't raise her voice to prove her worth. You don't have to get loud. You don't have to get angry. You just have to get clear. If someone speaks to you in a disrespectful tone, you correct them immediately, not later, not after you've gone home and thought about what you should have said. No, right then and there. And you don't need to yell. You don't need to curse. You simply let them know, I don't allow people to speak to me that way. If you want to have a conversation with me, you're going to have to change your tone. Simple, direct, firm. You see, people expect one of two reactions when they disrespect you. They expect you to either back down or blow up. If you back down, they win. If you blow up, they win. Because now they've rattled you. They've pulled you out of character. They've proven that they control the situation. But when you stay calm, when you look them in the eye with unwavering confidence, when you let them know without a single ounce of doubt that you are not the one to be disrespected, that's when the game changes. That's when people start to recognize this person is different. This person respects themselves too much to be treated like that. And the beautiful thing, once people know they can't disrespect you, they stop trying. Because disrespect thrives in weakness, in hesitation, in uncertainty. But when you shut it down, quickly, clearly, and with full conviction, there's nowhere for it to grow. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. The next time someone steps out of line, handle it immediately. Stay calm, stay firm, but make it clear that will never happen again. And once you do that, you'll find that respect follows naturally. Because respect isn't something you ask for. It's something you command. Let me tell you something. People will only treat you the way you allow them to. If you don't set boundaries, if you don't draw the line, if you don't make it clear what is and isn't acceptable, then you're giving the world permission to walk all over you. And believe me, they will. See, people test limits. That's human nature. Some will do it intentionally. Some won't even realize they're doing it. But make no mistake, if you don't establish your boundaries, if you don't set the standard for how you are to be treated, you will find yourself being disrespected, overlooked, and undervalued. And not because you aren't worthy, not because you don't deserve respect, but because you never required it. And let's be clear, having boundaries isn't about being rude. It's not about being standoffish. It's not about walking around with a chip on your shoulder. No. It's about self-respect. It's about understanding your value so deeply that you refuse to accept anything less. It's about protecting your time, protecting your energy, protecting your peace. You ever notice how people treat those who demand respect differently? How they speak to them with a little more caution? How they step a little more carefully around them? That's because those people have established boundaries. Those people have made it known, I am not someone you can walk over. I am not someone you can talk down to. I am not someone who will tolerate anything less than the respect I deserve. And once that message is clear, people have no choice but to adjust. Now, setting boundaries means being firm, not wishy-washy, not sometimes I stand up for myself, sometimes I let it slide. No. Boundaries are only as strong as your ability to enforce them. If you tell people, I don't tolerate disrespect, but then you allow someone to speak to you in a way that diminishes you, you've just sent the opposite message. You've told them that your words don't mean much, that your boundaries are flexible. And if your boundaries are flexible, they aren't boundaries at all. So the first step, get clear. What will you accept? What will you not accept? What lines can never be crossed? Because if you don't know, how can you expect anyone else to? You have to be crystal clear on what your standards are. And then you have to enforce them. No hesitation, no excuses, no, well, maybe they didn't mean it like that. No, I'll let it slide just this once. No, the moment you let one thing slide, the moment you ignore one instance of disrespect, you have opened the door for more. And more will come. And let me tell you something. People might not like it when you set boundaries. Some will push back. Some will call you difficult. Some will say you've changed. And you know what? Let them. Because the only people who get upset about your boundaries are the ones who benefited from you having none. The people who respect you, the people who truly value you, they won't be offended by your standards. They'll honor them. So ask yourself, where do you draw the line? Because if you don't draw it, someone else will, and it won't be in your favor. Respect ain't given. Respect ain't something you can ask for, beg for, or expect just because you showed up. No. Respect is built. Respect is earned. And the only way you earn it? Consistency. See, anybody can demand respect in a moment. Anybody can stand up for themselves one time, can act strong when eyes are on them. But real respect, lasting respect, that comes from what you do day in and day out. That comes from the way you carry yourself every single day. Not just when it's convenient, not just when someone's watching, but in every interaction, in every conversation, in every decision you make. Because let me tell you something. People are always watching. They're watching how you handle pressure. They're watching how you respond to disrespect. They're watching if you're the kind of person who stands firm on what they believe, or if you fold the moment things get uncomfortable. And over time, they make up their minds about you. See, consistency is what separates the people who are truly respected from the ones who are only respected in the moment. Anybody can talk a good game. Anybody can act like they've got confidence for a day. But respect isn't built on words. It's built on patterns. It's built on the repetition of discipline, of dignity, of standing on your principles over and over again until people know who you are without you ever having to say a word. Think about the people you respect the most, the ones who walk into a room and the energy shifts, the ones people listen to before they even open their mouths. Those people, they didn't get that respect overnight. They didn't wake up one day and suddenly people treated them with reverence. No, they earned it through years of consistency, through years of showing up the right way every single time. You can't demand respect today and then act sloppy tomorrow. You can't command presence in one situation and shrink in the next. You can't speak with conviction one day and then waver when things get tough the next. Because respect isn't about what you do once, it's about what you do always. It's in how you walk, how you talk, how you shake someone's hand, how you look them in the eye. It's in how you react when someone tries to test you, tries to shake you, tries to push your boundaries. And the ones who truly earn respect, they are unshakable. Because respect isn't just about strength, it's about control. It's about mastering yourself so completely that no situation, no person, no challenge can make you forget who you are. And here's the truth. If you're inconsistent, if you flip-flop on your standards, if you allow yourself to be one person in public and another behind closed doors, the respect you think you have, it won't last. Because people see through that. People recognize real discipline. They recognize real confidence. And they know when someone is faking it. So the question is, who are you? Not just today. Not just when it's easy. Who are you every single day? Because that answer, that's what determines whether you are respected for a moment or respected for a lifetime.